Hi there, coming to you from outside Olympic Park in London. I'm Laura Okmin. Welcome to this Inside Edge presented by Citi. I'm thrilled to be joined by our gold medalist panel, Brian Clay, Maurice Greene. Let me first say, it took Usain Bolt 9.63 seconds to run the 100-meter tonight. It took Maurice Greene 1 hour, 7 minutes, and 27 seconds to get from the race over here to shoot this segment tonight.
In Mo's defense, he's not training quite like he used to.
No, but Usain likes to talk a lot, and I had to interview him after his race, and he wanted to spend like 20 minutes with every reporter down there before he got to me. So let it be known. I was rushing, but I'm here now.
Okay, well then let's talk about him. I love that you just talked to him. Okay, so after that performance, after so many people counted him out, present company included.
Hey, not present company,
yeah.
present company.
Yes, I will say this. I have been saying all along, he has been having problems with the beginning part of his race, his body positions, and that's why I thought he was going to lose.
Did you see it tonight?
No. After the semifinals, I seen him fix the problems. It was a very smooth transition, and I said then, there's going to be fireworks tonight. Yeah. Something big is going to happen. And even when I talked to him, he said he had an eye-opener. After his Jamaican trials, he said with Johan Blake beating him, he had an eye-opener knowing that he has to really go and get to work if he really want to come out here and do it. So he said he took time off, he went to work, he started training, trying to fix everything he had to, and that's what happens when you do it.
I'm glad you brought up the training. Is it time for us to stop talking about how much he does or doesn't train?
Well, my thing is this. If he did this with that a little amount of training,
right,
what could he have done if he started training like that 3 or 4 months ago?
Yeah, but I don't know if it's necessarily that wasn't training. I mean, he was training hard before. I think there were just little distractions and things here and there. And
no, that's
and
a lot of distractions. You know him just like I do.
I mean, but I think he was putting in the work that he needed to. And like Mo was saying, he had a little bit of a wake-up call. He cleaned it up. And I think that's what separates him from the other guys in the field, the ability to clean it up that quickly. Not everybody else can do that. Johan Blake, I think, on the other hand, didn't have a very good race. Even though he ran 9.75, it wasn't a very, I don't think, technical race. He looked really strained. He looked like he was running really, really hard. And I think that's why he didn't produce the time that he was maybe capable of producing.
When you were talking to him afterwards, is there a word you would use? Was it relief? Was it joy? Was it at all surprise how he did setting the Olympic record? Just because, again, I think we all kind of did sort of not expect to see that Beijing Bolt.
Well, no, that's not the Beijing Bolt. Trust me. That is nowhere near the
400ths off the Beijing Bolt.
But, but Usain is a unique individual. He has great abilities, and I've said all along, don't be surprised if he does come out here and run something, because he is capable of that. And that's just the type of person he is.
What does he bring to the sport? What did he bring to that place tonight?
I think what he brings to our sport and to the crowd is something that nobody else can really do right now. He puts on a show. When you see him, when they're starting out and they're introducing all the athletes, and he's sitting there dancing and partying and having a good time, and then he runs the race, backs it all up. And then, like I said, he walks around the track, and every Jamaican flag he sees around that stadium, he stops, he runs over, shakes their hands, hugs them, dances in front of them. I mean, he puts on a show, and that's why people come to watch him. I think it's something that we can all learn. Somebody else here liked to try to put on shows, too, every once in a while when they ran. I
will say this, though. We are on the track the least amount of time. So you want to give the people a little bit of you. You want to show them some personality. That's what people really want to see. Yeah, you're only there for 9-something seconds, but then once you give them something extra, that's when you invite them into you. And that's why they love you so much, and they want to just be a part of you and just get any kind of communication they can with you, and that's what makes our sport good.
Another one that we had all the warm fuzzies for was Sonia Richards-Ross,
yes,
getting her first gold in the women's 400.
Yes.
What finally put her over the top? Her first individual gold?
I think Sonia just wanted this one bad. I had an opportunity to interview Sonia a couple days ago, right before she ran, and I was talking to her about her 2008 Olympics, you know, and I remember watching that race. I remember seeing the pain on her face, and I just asked her a few questions about, you know, where she was at and how, you know, does she still remember it? Does she use it as fuel? All those types of things. And as she started to answer, she started to break down and cry. I mean, the emotions were still so fresh in her mind, and she wanted this one so bad that, you know, it's still what's driving her. And when you saw her run tonight, that last 50 meters where she fell apart in Beijing, that didn't happen tonight. I can guarantee you that entire race, she was waiting for that last 50 meters, and she knew exactly what she was going to do that last 50 meters to win.
Well, I just talked to her too. So,
what a name dropper he is tonight.
Yeah.
Anybody else you want to?
She said, she told me tonight she went out and she was thinking about the last part of her race, and then she didn't want to get caught up with everyone else in the race, so she didn't go out as hard as she normally would. And then she said she started to get a little fatigued, but she said she will not come away here without this gold medal. And she took complete control of the race and came home strong.
All right, I want to have you both finish up by wrapping up an amazing journey with Oscar Pistorius. Isn't going to advance to the 400 finals, but what has this journey meant watching him?
You know, I said before, you know, this would probably be his last round, and it's great for what he came out here and done. I just talked to him again also, and you know, he was really glad and appreciative about what he came out here and done, and he was happy. He wishes he could have moved on to the next round, but I mean, us as athletes, we have to be realistic, and he knows his capabilities, and for him to just come out here and do the things he did is a great feat in itself.
Yeah, I think he did great. He played to the crowd. The crowd absolutely loved him, and I think everybody walks away from this Olympic Games having watched his races inspired. And that's really, truly what the Olympics is all about. That's what the athletes and everything that we do, that's what we want to do, is inspire people to go out and be the best that they can be, and that's what he did, you know, the last 2 days. He came out, gave his best, and sometimes, you know, your best isn't quite good enough to get you on the podium, but it doesn't mean that it's not inspiring. It doesn't mean that it's not something that we all, you know, can get behind and understand.
You know, I always say, and especially when I'm talking to kids, is you can do anything that you put your mind to, and he is a living legend of that.
Right.
He put his mind to going out there and competing, doing the best job that he can do, and look at what he's accomplished with that.
That's been amazing. One of the stories to come out of this Olympic Games.
The track, we got great stories.
You
all
do,
around.
you do. Listen, we'll be impressed with you when you beat 1 hour and 7 minutes and 27 seconds.
I'm working on it.
The studio.
I'm working on it.
Always great insight. Thank you both, and thank you for watching. That's going to do it with this Inside Edge presented by Citi. Thanks for watching. For Brian and Maurice, I'm Laura. We'll see you next time.